My parents bought my brother a Tesla, then asked me to take the blame when he crashed it. But now, he's in jail, my parents are broke, part 2. But then the inevitable happened. On a Thursday night, I was in my room grinding out some work when I heard my parents' door slam open around 3 a.m. There was frantic whispering in the hallway, followed by my dad's car starting up and speeding away. I found my mom downstairs looking like she'd seen a ghost. When I asked what was going on, she mumbled something about your brother had a little accident with the Tesla, and that my dad went to pick him up. A little accident, that's family code for major F, up. Around 4:30 a.m., I heard my dad's car pull into the driveway. I went to the front window and saw him practically dragging Tristan up the walkway. He could barely walk, was missing a shoe, and had what looked like dried blood on his forehead. My dad was frantically shushing him as Tristan shouted something about a tree came out of nowhere. Man. Turns out Golden Boy wrapped his Tesla around a tree after leaving a bar. Shocking, right? Who could have possibly predicted this completely unpredictable event that I had only been warning everyone about for weeks? By some miracle, he wasn't seriously hurt, just a cut on his forehead and probably some bruises from the airbag. The Tesla, however, was almost wrecked, front end smashed in, airbags deployed, windshield cracked, the whole 9 yards. They helped him to his room like he was a toddler who stayed up past bedtime instead of a grown-ass man who just committed a felony. I didn't get the full story until the next morning. Tristan had been at the Rusty Nail, got absolutely wasted with his equally brilliant friends, then decided that driving was definitely a great idea. His friends, these stand-up citizens, apparently encouraged this plan, with one of them even filming Tristan doing shots and then twirling his Tesla key, saying, "Let's see what this baby can really do." On the way home, he took a corner way too fast, lost control, jumped the curb, and plowed straight into some poor homeowner's massive oak tree. My dad got there before the police would show up, according to my mom's whispered phone call to my aunt, which I eavesdropped on. My dad took care of it with the homeowners. No idea what he promised them, but knowing my dad, it wasn't cheap. He probably wrote them a check on the spot to forget the whole thing. The real mystery was how he convinced them not to follow through with the police. They had the Tesla towed to our garage, where it sat like a giant metal middle finger. The front end was completely caved in, the hood crumpled like an accordion, both airbags had deployed, leaving that weird powder residue everywhere inside. The windshield was a spider web of cracks, and one of the front wheels was bent at an angle that definitely wasn't factory standard. It was a $60,000 paperweight now. 2 days after the crash, my parents called a family meeting in the living room. In the history of family meetings, not once has one ever been called to deliver good news. Nobody ever calls a family meeting to announce, "Hey, we're all going to Disney World." So I walked into the living room. My parents were sitting on the couch with those serious faces people put on when they're about to ask for a favor. My brother, Tristan, was slouched in the armchair, scrolling through his phone like this whole thing was a minor inconvenience taking him away from his important TikTok browsing. The bruise on his face had turned a lovely shade of yellow-purple that honestly improved his appearance. My dad cleared his throat and looked at me with that fake serious expression he puts on when he's about to say something completely unreasonable but wants to make it sound logical and fair. He's got this whole routine, straightens his back, does a little throat clear, clasps his hands together. It's like watching a bad actor prepare for a scene. "Son," he started, "we've looked into the damage to Tristan's car." He said this like the Tesla had caught a cold. "The insurance won't cover it because..." He trailed off, looking uncomfortable because he was driving drunk. I finished for him. My mom shot me a look that could curdle milk. "Don't be dramatic. He'd only had a few drinks," she said. "A few drinks."